Greetings, I'm Solidus-Skully, and welcome back to the Simpsons hit and/or run commentary, where now we're in Chapter 3 of the game, playing as Lisa, little Lisa Simpson. Your log is my log. I forgot how that song goes. It was the episode where Lisa became a tree hugger to impress some kind of wussy-ass dude who was like a level 5 vegan who wouldn't eat anything that cast a shadow. Because apparently shadows are sentient. I don't know, maybe he was a big fan of the Heartless. But anyway, let's get a cool change of clothes and get on with the story.
I need to find my stupid brother. Have you seen him?
Yes, can't talk now. I must get the last copy of the new Itchy and Scratchy Adventures comic. It's the controversial issue in which they finally kiss. Assist me, and I will aid you with your dilemma.
So yeah, the main precipice of Lisa's story, if you couldn't tell by the last cutscene in the previous part. Yes, Bart has gone missing! Disappeared without a trace, evidently, even though we can kind of blatantly obviously tell exactly who kidnapped Bart. I mean, the characters don't really know that, so again, a bit of bizarre dissonance, really, but yeah, for the time being, we'll just sort of play it by ear. Lisa's mainly just going to be going around town looking for Bart. I suppose Homer and Marge are doing the same, but yeah, Lisa's pretty much taking down the third and final area of the game. But I basically just sort of call like the port areas of the game. Again, you have Mr. Burns' casino, you have the, the Squidport area, which is all done up and looking nice with Malaria Zone. And, of course, Comic Book Guy's mission is basically part 2 of the Nerd Chronicles, where basically you gotta race the nerd, make sure you get your comic book in mint condition, and get it into a mailer bag, lest its value depreciate. Which does sort of remind me of the episode where Homer became Mr. Burns' prank monkey and asked for Amazing Fantasy number 15 of Spider-Man. And, God, the look on his face as he tore up that comic book and started eating it in front of Comic Book Guy. Oh, delicious. The pain that he caused that fat fucking nerd. Oh, delicious. As he was gobbling up the chicks. Oh, if only real chicks went down this easy. Treasured memories of televisual shows gone past by, delicious.
Now to get this inky treasure into its Mylar sanctuary.
What about Bart? I asked you, have you seen him?
I think I saw him at the Noiseland Arcade. Ugh, video games were a waste of money. Now to go online and bid $1,000 for Itchy and Scratchy corncob holders. A terrific expense.
Yes, well, thank you for not being helpful. Worst traveling companion ever. But in any case, now it's onwards to the arcade. Yes, Bart's a dude, and dudes like video games, so maybe this place shall alleviate our search for Bartholomew. Ah, yes.
Millhouse, has Bart been here?
I haven't seen him. Hey, can I buy you a frozen yogurt? I'll throw in 2 dry toppings or 1 wet topping.
Bart's disappeared. You have to help me find him.
Well, he might be at Wally Weasel's. He likes the smell of the ball cage.
Yeah, to kind of cut to the chase here, Millhouse is basically, pretty much as the mission says, clueless, and he's ultimately just sort of using this as an excuse to talk to Lisa. But somehow getting to these locations without a car and somehow teleporting, so Millhouse, you got something to tell us there, buddy? Maybe this is how it feels like when doves cry. But anyway, he's pretty much just wasting Lisa's time because he's such a simpering fool, and yeah, he'll just sort of teleport to a bunch of locations and just waste our time generally. Oh, but don't worry, we will pay him back tenfold for the time wastage he is inflicting upon us, what with his time limits for teleportation, and everything else really. Oh yes, buddy boy, there's a penalty game waiting for you. It's called Real Life, in which Millhouse suffers eternally. And yet, for some bizarre reason in the future episodes, Lisa still ends up with Millhouse. I have no idea why. Maybe it's just that sad factor of real life that people are terrified of dying alone, and even settling for the very worst is preferable to loneliness. I guess. Well, I've just made myself depressed. It's time for me to return to Moe's Tavern for a beer, to drown my sorrows away. Like a nobody. Yeah, honestly though, how the fuck is Millhouse getting to these fucking places so quickly? Oh, you strange, bizarre, incest child, as implied by one episode where I'm pretty sure Milhouse said that his parents were cousins. Primarily because they were from Shelbyville, the evil town. Yeah, but anyway, it's kind of... I mean, again, I know I haven't really talked about it until this one, and you probably won't actually be seeing it until much later in the commentary, but... Yeah, if you see that little yellow meter building up on the side of the radar screen, yeah, that's pretty much a hit and run meter. Again, it gradually builds up from yellow, it'll eventually start blinking red when you're close to getting a hit and run, and... Well, by the time that meter fills up, it'll gradually drain away as you have police pretty much spawning from all over the shop trying to take you down. And yeah, if they ram into you and get you into a bit of a deadlock, they'll pretty much take $50 out of your paycheck, and then that's just frustrating all around, really. I mean, not quite the worst penalty compared to some Grand Theft Auto games, but, you know, given how expensive cars are.
Hi, Lisa! My, your hair looks pointy today.
Milhouse, have you seen Bart or not?
So, Lisa, do you have a date for the harvest dance?
This is not a good time.
It's never a good time!
Bart always hung out at the Quickie Mart. Maybe Apu has seen him. Yay! I won!
Excellent. Good, Lisa. Show that little bitch what it means, and I think we just kicked him off the cliff. Ah, well. Milhouse is no stranger to falling off waterfalls. Kinda like that one scene when Bart tipped off the feds about their friend Milhouse. I told you, I didn't do it. I don't care. Which is honest to God the only thing I was ever thinking of when playing through the prison escape sequence of Snake Eater. I mean, honestly, I was kind of asking for it when I was having that whole little, like, sewer jump sequence, but... whatever. In any case, though, to kind of talk about the level design in terms of the, you know, the harbour areas slash, I guess I call it the sort of beach side of Springfield, really. It's a host of some pretty decent areas, some of which you might recognise from familiar episodes, like the dam burst over here, referencing the My Brother from Another Series episode, which was basically the Simpsons doing a giant Frasier reference with Sideshow Bob and his brother Cecil. Good times. Yeah, but apart from that, though, not really too much to say. It's definitely got a nice atmosphere about it, you know, both with Lisa's jazz theme music playing all throughout the level, giving it a very snazzy, kind of classy sort of feel. But at the same time, though, like the late afternoon setting, it's very chill, very nice and relaxing. It just makes me feel at ease with myself, especially with Lisa's cool get-up. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Anyway, let's go talk to Apu, our favourite local band convenience store man.
Whoa, this is terrible. A very bad man is delivering roadkill to all the Krusty Burgers, which are cheaper than my Quickie Dogs.
And it is here where we enter part 2 of the roadkill mission that we did as Bart. Yes, Apu takes umbrage with Cletus and his slack-jawed yokel ways, and yeah, we're pretty much collecting all the roadkill that we painstakingly collected as Bart so that Cletus has nothing to eat for dinner. Oh, Apu, you contentious Indian man. But yeah, it's pretty much just another smash and grab mission, so nothing really to talk about. Cletus, as you can no doubt tell by his AI, isn't exactly the smartest of city folk, so he's basically just driving around while Brandine just does his little thing. Oh, by the way, I just saw that car reset there, you can't fool me. Game's slightly pish AI detection. But I suppose it is time for me to talk about some more trivia, which is a little bit too in detail for anything that I'm going to talk about at the moment, so yeah, I might as well talk about Apu's car, the Longhorn. Yeah, it's called the Longhorn in the game, although you might remember in the TV show for the brief moments that you see it, the car that Apu actually drives in the show was based on a Pontiac Firebird, which is a red in coloration, obviously, but because of the fact that the Pontiac Firebird is in fact copyrighted, yeah, they pretty much had to give him a different sort of car, which, I mean, is equally cool, pretty snazzy model, and quite nice to drive, actually. It's just that, well, you know, they just couldn't use some models, which it does make me wonder, was the Simpsons family sedan based on, like, a pre-existing car model, or was that just a, I don't know, just something that they decided to make a convertible for no reason, really? Well, I suppose we'll never find out the truth unless Radical Entertainment comes out with a statement or whatever. You know, whatever ex-members that worked on the game are willing to talk to us about, but, yeah, whatever. In the meantime, however, we now need to go to the lighthouse to talk to Professor Frink. Professor Frink, he'll make you laugh, he'll make you think. He does a thing with the... poison. Oh, Glaven, that monkey is going to pay. Enlighten us, sir.
Professor Frink! Professor Frink! My brother Bart is missing. Have you seen him?
Well, let's see now. Bart helped me build a monster and then disappeared in a bright light.
Wow, this is crazy. I need someone to talk to who's wise and learned. Easy as pie. The number, that is. Grandpa, can you help me find Bart? He's missing.
Maybe I'm just a senile old man, but Bart's lucky red hat fell out of that black car.
Wow, Grandpa, what a great clue. You showed why senior citizens are valuable members of the community.
I think my baby teeth are growing back. That's why I had to punch that nurse.
I better use something big if I want to take that car out. Like that school bus.
Blonde? Yes, we need the school bus for some maximum power, but we do actually get access to a rather reasonably fun mission in the game where we're taking out some black sedans.
I need to work.
Yes, it seems the conspiracy is deepening. Well, then again, given the fact that we saw Bart abducted by some rather extraterrestrial forces, having the Men in Black, I suppose, kind of goes hand in hand, although this does also sort of conflate with the plot when we start to get a better idea of what exactly is going on and how exactly everything sort of ties together. It's not quite given as decent an explanation as I would like, but yeah, whatever. By the way, in the meantime, this is Camp Krusty from that infamous episode where Camp Krusty is a thing. Drink it in. I'm pretty sure it was much bigger than the show, and I seem to remember it being a lot further away from Springfield, but I don't know, I guess I just wanted to have the, kind of wanted to have that reference and just do something with it. Oh well. Nice reference regardless, though.
Otto, I know I'm a little young to be asking.
So anyway, with some fun lines from Otto, who has a really deep voice that I can't quite emulate. Yeah, just buy the school bus from him and the mission pretty much begins, which is, well, smashing the black sedans, as Grandpa elucidated on earlier. And I mean, I will admit though, the school bus is actually quite a nice vehicle in terms of, you know, a lot of your destructive needs, so, yeah, hang on to that.
Lisa Simpson at your service.
And it also is host to a pretty decent soundtrack for the game, Operation Hellfish I believe it's called, but man, it takes on some heavy metal tones, which is mwah, bellissimo. So yeah, let's drink it in, ladies and germs. And I suppose while we are busy destroying government property and smashing some black sedans of evil intent, I might as well talk about something else. Namely, yeah, this is pretty good trivia. The whole idea of the Simpsons Hit and Run being re-released, which, to kind of like delve into, you know, the Simpsons Hit and Run as a game, you might see this as one of the more popular Simpsons games, and probably finding it a little bit bizarre that it hasn't been re-released, you know, as on either like a Nintendo, PlayStation, or, you know, Xbox digital storefronts yet, but that's more to do with the rights of the game being very screwy, because, again, as you can no doubt tell by the beginning of the Part 1, yeah, the game was published by Vivendi Universal, obviously it was owned by, you know, 20th Century Fox, now Disney, but yeah, because Vivendi Universal merged with Sierra, because I think they bought out Universal's parent company, Seagrams or something? Yeah, basically, because of the merger with Sierra, then Activision, who was, as of 2022, then been bought out by Microsoft, as well as Disney giving sole publishing rights of Simpsons games to EA. Yeah, because of all that legal fuckery, it's highly unlikely that we'll ever see a port of The Simpsons Hit and Run released on any sort of digital storefronts. And honest to God, that is quite sad, because, like, I mean, even with the support of, you know, people on, working on The Simpsons right now, like, Matt Selman, I believe his name was, and, you know, even some staff of Radical Entertainment back when they were still a company, they did actively want the game to get a re-release. Yeah, it just seems like unless there's like a sort of like Star Wars-esque sort of like outrage kind of thing about it, you know, where people were complaining about the quality of, what was the games like Battlefront 2 and the whole sort of pay-to-win schemes, yeah, they pretty much revoked EA's exclusivity with Star Wars, and, yeah, sadly we probably won't be getting much of anything else. I don't know, like, I mean, The Simpsons Hit and Run is a popular enough game, so I could technically see it at least getting enough traction, because there was actually a fan remake of The Simpsons Hit and Run not too long ago, which you know, tightened up the graphics, made everything, you know, look a lot more snazzy. Actually went out of their way to, like, hand draw a lot of the cutscenes in, you know, the style of the animated series as opposed to using 3D models. And again, though, you can probably quite easily see this on YouTube as of right now. It looks fucking phenomenal, but is not going to be released because of, you know, the rather righteous fear that, you know, Disney will hit a cease and desist sort of thing about it, so... Yeah, like, I mean, they could easily just do a Capcom thing and, like, kind of endorse it similar to the whole Mega Man Cross Street Fighter kind of thing back in the day, but no. They don't do an endorsement kind of thing, they don't re-release the original game, so unless you're prepared to buy a copy of The Simpsons Hit and Run secondhand, you're sadly not going to be able to play this game, which is... it's heartbreaking, man.
Excuse me, Chief Wiggum? Can you help? I've got to find my brother.
Sorry, little girl. I'm busy collecting evidence on Jailbird. We're busting him on the 3 strikes law.
How many strikes do you have so far?
No strikes. But that's only because I'm a very, very bad cop. Now, first of all, if we're gonna go undercover, you will need a disguise.
You mean like an eye patch?
Hey, good one. If we could afford a disguise like that, I wouldn't be getting paid in potato chip coupons.
So what disguise do you have?
Well, here's one of Ralph's old Halloween costumes.
Fine, wait here and I'll get changed.
Oh dear, more dirty work with... Yeah, by the way, some missions actually do require you to change costumes for some bizarre reason. Not really too sure why. You see a little bit of that in Marge's story as well, but it's quite odd, really. Anyway, in the meantime, we have another tailing mission, except now we collect the evidence as opposed to smashing it out of Snake's car. I don't know, I guess the fact that he's losing all this evidence is probably just thinking, oh dude, I knew I should have put in the belt buckle on my trunk. Oh well, at least you remember to put premium, dude! Premium in his car! Dude! Oh well, by the way, there is also a bit of a distinction between cars actually in that, yeah, sometimes the cars... Okay, maybe that's not a good example as Snake is struggling to get out of the fucking staircase. That, again, as is typical with a lot of games, like, the way in which cars handle in the hands of the AI computer tend to handle a lot worse when you actually get control of them for yourself, because, you know, difficulty balancing, trying to make sure your stats are balanced and all that kind of stuff. I don't know, it's a little bit crap here and there, but, whatever. The point is with Snake's car, I mean, it looks like it handles pretty well, but the problem with it is that, well, yeah, the handling is a little bit loosey-goosey. I mean, it is a fast little model, but its toughness and handling leaves a little bit to be desired in my eyes. It's a bit loosey-goosey and, again, it's a sleek model, but can't take a lot of punishment, which is, I don't know, kind of saddening, really. Ooh, that could have been potentially dangerous if this was Grand Theft Auto or even LA Noire, where you die instantly, but luckily in the world of The Simpsons, crazy stuff can happen, and you will survive, unless your name is Frank Grimes. So on that note, I'm Solidus-Skully, keep it new metal, and I'll catch you later. Bye-bye.
And strike 3, littering. All right, we got all we need on this lowlife. Now, about your brother. I've seen lots of mysterious government types over at the docks. Maybe they sent him on a nice cruise. They got some great package deals these days. 5 buffets per boat inclusive.
Thanks, Chief. You are a good cop after all.
You're just saying that.
Yes, I am. Easy as pie. The number, that is.